better when I'm 70. Your drip is just a water spring. You know I drip different, just the 7 C's. I deal with life different, make that lemon squeeze. Went off for my style and identity. Better bounce back and get the cheddar cheese. I guess that's why they envy me. On track, now we going way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Way up, pray up. On track, now we going way up. Now we going way up. Now we going. On track, now we going way up. Now we going way up. Now we going. I got his band like I'm Barry Bonds. Running through the money, but the money's long. I don't love it, but I need it, keep it coming on. Only friendly, me and friends, we don't get along. I put that on my name, that I put them on. I put myself on stage as they sing along. I might book a session, do 100 songs. I'ma let you hear them just to prove you wrong. On track, now we going way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up.
What is up, y'all? I see a few of y'all kicked on here at the moment. I hope y'all are liking a halfway intro on that one. Trying to do things just a little bit different, try to advance up our little podcast just a little bit. But some of y'all should have seen the post that was out there. We got Cody with us today. Super awesome dude. Met this guy at ACS just a few weeks ago. Know him from Instagram. During this chat at some given time, I will put him in the description, so y'all can go, make sure y'all go over to Instagram, give this man a follow. You would not be disappointed. Beyond that, man, we're just going to kick back, learn a little bit about him, maybe see where these discussions go. Y'all know how it is. We have usually no formal way of the way we do shit. We just go with it. We just wing it, and it usually turns into a good time.
That's the PBZ way, baby.
That is the PBZ way. So, that's what we're going to do. I also got Mason with us, also known as Spiffy. Another team member with me on PBZ. It's going to be just us three tonight, it's looking like, but that's alright. We're still going to do the best with it. If I could, though, man, I want to hand it over to you a little bit, Cody. Just tell me who you are, where you're from, where you normally play for, if there's a team you play for. Just give me a rundown. Who are you, Cody?
I mean, Instagram, you know, Prudy6, of course. You're the PBZ way. I gotta go back to that real quick, because they had me laughing because it just made me think about my wedding vows, because that's pretty much how I played that one too. It was a little over a year ago.
Just winging it.
It made me go back to that, because I spent all day sweating what I was gonna say, because I decided, you know, like high school normal type of thing. I'll wait till the last minute. I'll do it. I'll be fine. And then came time and I hadn't wrote anything, and it just, well, we'll figure it out when we get there.
Bit of a procrastinator like me, then, huh?
Oh man, it's game time decision, baby. It's all that matters.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I mean, from Evansville, I was a little ways away from y'all, and down in Paducah, about an hour or so from HCK, which is where I normally play. I guess I'll be about 2 hours from Shot Zone. We're gonna be playing this weekend, or I will be if you guys aren't making it up there. I mean, I've been playing now. Well, again, I played a little bit back in middle school, high school, when there wasn't anything but classic armies, and I think the last thing I remember that was a big deal was when, I think it might have been SEMA, somebody put out one of the first full metal AKs, and we lost our minds when somebody bought one for like $1,800. That was 15 years ago, 20 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
But
Imagine.
Yeah, well, how'd you come up with this call sign?
I'm a super nerd, man. One of those, bought into Star Wars early as a kid, and found myself with, as a lot of people are now, with the Mandalorian out, reading the Mandalorian series, and there was a Republic Commando series that was about just the commandos from the clone army, and they all linked up with Mandalorian sergeants that they were trained under and all this stuff, and it tells about the story about like the original batch of the commandos, the Null Arcs, and one of them's name is Prudy. It's a traditional Mandalorian name for Shadow. One of my first posts on Instagram was kind of about that. It's kind of the way I move. I'm real good at that Irish goodbye. Like, you guys know I'm gone eventually, but it's after I'm gone. I didn't say anything. Just dipped out. Like, I'm good.
I get that.
And man, where's Bobby when you need him? Bobby's all about some Mandalorian, Star Wars lore.
He's probably
Yeah, we
Real
kind of got
hell.
into that at the ACS that day, and then he went on a tangent about Dungeons and Dragons. It started to lose me. It's weird coming from that place, because I was still kind of like, oh, you're an even bigger nerd than me.
Bobby's a super nerd.
I got Star Wars tattoos and a whole sleeve of just Nightmare Before Christmas, but that guy's a little bit more nerdier than me.
For sure.
Being nerdy's I'm almost jelly. I have no nerdiness to me on any aspects. Well, it kind of depends on what you'd call it nerdy, but I mean, hell yeah, I watch Star Wars. I watch things like that, but I don't know, just never.
Yeah, but I got weird and tried to learn the language and got.
So you went like uber nerdy for a minute there.
Yeah.
That's cool shit, though.
I didn't do the action figures and all of that. I just like dove into like the books and the graphic novels and all of that. Like,
Wrong with that?
got in early on the video games. When they put out that Republic Commando game on the original Xbox, I lost my mind. That was the first midnight release I ever went to.
So, it says Shot Zone. So this is, I mean, we was down there, or at least I was, on the last Shot Zone event.
I'm jealous.
I know, man. I wish you'd have been there. You'd have loved it. I'm telling you, you'd have been geeking. You'd have been a nerd for that. Like, it's you can't help but to geek out on that field. It's super, super cool, man. It's really intimidating. Shooting at inflatables is a whole nother sound. The turf is made beautifully. A lot of room. It's a lot of fun. So the January tournament up there is going to be. I'm hyped for them.
Yeah, man, that's gonna be sick.
Hell yes! Like it's
Dude.
Ethan's been working super hard at it to get everything going. Happy for dude, for real. Super happy for him.
Oh yeah.
We will definitely be there for that one, the 15th tournament.
Oh man, that's gonna be absurd. We've got. I'm bringing like guys up from DSK, from Jacksonville is where they play, but they're most of them are from around like Daytona. I know there's, I think, like 8 states are gonna be represented throughout
That's
that
insane.
tournament.
Yeah, it's a really
Yeah,
good.
man.
It's a really good event right off the go.
For an inaugural tournament, that's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna definitely have to clear the schedule for podcast for the week before that. We need to talk to Ethan and Kenny and get them on here, man. That would be awesome to have them on here. I guess that'd be the 13th.
Yeah.
You're
should be.
listening?
Yeah.
Need to work that out.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Or even if we get them on there the week before, out there broadcast with plans, you know. The tournament's gonna be a banger. I'm excited. Really excited.
So, have you played much Speed QB, or where did you start like most of us? Start as kind of Milsim guys, kind of move over, or did you always kind of start?
Yeah. I mean, kind of back and forth. So I played paintball too, or high school and all that. So I kind of got a feel of it then, which is what makes me so excited about Shot Zone, because I haven't played on turf in 15 years, or inflatables or anything like that. Like, been around them and stuff. If you play up at Silver Spur in Princeton, it's a paintball field that they let us play airsoft at, and they used to have a lot going on with paintball, so they'd always have the inflatables out and stuff like that. But since I got back into it, a couple of years ago, I haven't come across that yet, so I'm super excited to see how that goes. But as far as like playing regularly, I always wanted to, and knowing everything going on with Revelation and those guys, HCK always talked about it. And then I went down to, I had a random extra week of vacation that I had to use before they roll it, don't roll it over type of thing at the end of the year. So I went down to Jacksonville for Labor Day weekend to play at Battalion. And we played all day, I think like 8-10 hours both days, Saturday and Sunday. And that's it. I'm done with Milsim. I'll play it. ACS was fun. I mean, HCK, I love that field and everything, but I'm 32, bro. I'm kind of running out of this, wanting to run the long stretches, and I've been playing Call of Duty for as long as it's been competitive. So, like, this is where I'm at, man. I'm more comfortable now. Like,
yeah, I can tell you, watching my dad play. For those that don't know, my dad is Melon. Plays home in PBZB, and he is 45, and I can tell you he performs a lot better when he doesn't have to run halfway across the map and just has to raise his gun after the buzzer comes up and take 3 steps and start shooting. So
that's why he's a monster with that DMR. Start playing. He ain't got to do much running. He'll just reach out there.
No kid. Even at ACS, yeah, you catch him with a long gun because he's not coming off a spawn. He's just gonna get on a hill, get on a wall, get on a window, and just blink you off from a mile away because it didn't feel like running towards you. I don't blame him either.
So I decided to get a jack and try to meet somewhere in the middle because I fell into that. Well, this is long range. Let me buy a sniper rifle trap, and hated myself for it. So I went to AEG, and since I've tapped into that HPA idea, like I can't go back to that long range thing. It's too much for me.
I never cared much for it. I don't know, I like playing outside, but I got spoiled and like playing inside, and I'm 33. I'll run with you. I'll run with the best of you. But I
don't ask you to do it more than twice.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like I'm running out of gas after that. I'm like, no, bro. Like that's why
one thing that all of us at PBZ really, anytime one person gets the motivation, I feel like anybody just kind of guilt-tripped into doing it, because there's lots of times on the field I can see Steve dragging, and I'm like, come on, Steve, come with me to here, and Steve's like, damn you.
Damn it.
Oh, yeah. Can't be showing up, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I kind of fell into the same trap of starting off on the snipers. When Bobby got me into airsoft, my first few times playing at ACS were in a ghillie suit with a sniper rifle and no sidearm, so... And if anybody's ever seen me play at ACS, you would be totally alarmed by me saying that. Probably one of the more aggressive players.
Yeah, I didn't come in till later on that one, because I certainly didn't see you in a sniper rifle. That would be so weird to me. Mason, put that down.
I'm not even kidding, Steve. The first time I played Breach, you remember when there was the old ice cream shop back there by the white box fan? Like the old ice cream shop that had the window with the diamond door with the window in it.
I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head, but I've slept since then.
There was a building back there, and I literally played Breach with a sniper rifle at the back of that building. Cringe, dude. If anybody's got footage of that, send it my way.
Yeah, it's
Max says he runs about 7 to 8 miles at ACS. No way, I'm running that much. If I was running to 7 to 8 miles at ACS, I'd be dead the next day.
Man, you get short. That's why I like locking it down. Like getting, let's play shipment, let's play field. If we're playing all three and like TDM, like hell with this. I'm just gonna find a spot and be one of those guys everyone hates, and I'm camping. Like, man, I'm not trying to run that much, but it just kind of depends.
You always see all the young guys in shipment. We play the normal spawns. All the young guys are over in shipment because they like to take a hike before they have to start shooting.
That's true.
Oh.
And Rick says I'm tired after one game. Felt that.
Yeah, that's facts, man. Like,
Oh yeah. After that first game at ACS, I was down there. Well, yeah. I was like, nope, gonna take a break here for about 2 games.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. ACS it's a monster to run around there. It really can be, especially when it's wet. Oh my gosh, it makes everything so much harder.
The worst is when it's wet and hot. That's just miserable.
Yeah, it's just completely miserable.
Oh yeah. Like, it's bad enough playing indoor and getting super hot, having to peel shirts off or anything like that. But I'm sure it's no different down there when it's swampy as hell in anywhere in Indiana in the middle of summer. And you can't not be covered up because always have to be worried about ticks or getting your face peeled off by a thorn bush. Or there's always something to be concerned with.
Was Shot Zone pretty well temperature controlled, or they kind
I didn't catch that, Mason.
of was Shot Zone pretty well temperature controlled, or is it kind of in the same boat as like Nashville and
About the same as Nashville. I mean, you start sticking more people in there, it's gonna start getting hotter. But
yeah.
I mean, it wasn't bad. But you know,
Can't imagine, like,
naturally playing, you know, you're gonna get stupid hot.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And kind of ignore.
I imagine they probably have a better circulation system just because it was a practice field.
Soccer facility.
See, Nashville, you can tell the difference. We've been down there when it's been super cold outside and still being there with a hoodie. Yeah, you'd get hot, but it wouldn't be like dire hot.
Oh no, there was days in the summer where it would get so hot in there that you would fog your dye mask.
Yeah, that sucks, man. Especially the Speed Quebec tournaments, man. We've done that, and it's a lot of moisture building up in there.
Rex just said only the OGs remember the green helicopter and ice cream. That's facts.
I'm looking for it, but I got spoiled with inside, man. I much rather play inside than outside. I mean, I like going outside every once in a while, but I like the inside world. I like playing with tracers. I like different vibe.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing. It's not even like the indoor versus outdoor, like how the terrain is set. It's more along the lines of tracers and that sort of thing. Like I just feel like I perform a lot better indoors. Like just because you got a solid footing every time. You're not rolling an ankle, stepping off in a pothole or something crap like that.
Plus, I got a short gun. I ain't trying to shoot 150 foot away. Like I ain't got no.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Like, it's not even about, because outside is more just like who can shoot the farthest, who has the most ridiculous FPS, so they can shoot all that. I don't even care about all of that. I just want to see how many times I can shoot somebody and get shot in 15 minutes or whatever. Like, that's what I loved about Battalion, because it was just hard as shit in a square warehouse room. And, it's all split up and all that. If you've seen it, matter of fact, DSK Rowan right there, watch some of his videos, you can see how it's laid out and stuff. And it's Call of Duty, man. Your spawns in opposite corners and you just go and just keep going. Domination, team deathmatch, any of that. Like, I can do that in short bursts, and then I can take my sweet time getting back to spawn and I can do it again. That covering quarter a mile and spawning twice and then dying twice, it's old, man. I can't do it no more.
This might be a bit of a hot take, but I'd like to know y'all's opinion and everybody else that's watching. I feel like outdoor really rewards performance, whereas indoor is a lot more individual based. That's kind of my idea of it, at least. I mean, because you think about it, if you move as a group outdoor, you're going to gain a lot more field advantage. Whereas, like, in indoor, I feel like there's a lot more opportunity for one person to go absolutely apeshit and stuff.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah. For the most part.
Part of that has to do with being close quarters and stuff, but I mean, there's also the fact that some indoor fields are naturally dark on the inside and just a lot more ways to get behind the enemy, in my opinion, without being spotted by somebody.
That's true.
Yeah,
I know in
it-
Nashville we'll take off together. It usually don't take long. We'll start splitting up and go in different directions.
Yeah.
I don't know. Nashville's. I don't really like Nashville. I like the indoor. I like the. It's just I'm spoiled. Just indoor.
Oh yeah.
What's the
What's the what?
No, I was talking to myself. There's this field. You remember that team that came from like the Northeast TSA for the Sunday, or not the Sunday, the SYG tournament in June.
Yeah.
One of their players, Bert, he plays in a field. I was watching some of his videos, YouTube, and I'm trying to figure out the name of this field. I keep forgetting, but I really like the layout of it because it's like extremely close quarters, and there's all kinds of just. It's like a maze, dude. I'll figure it out. I'll say something about it once I do.
That's why I wanna play some of those Japanese style. Or
Yeah,
Taiwan,
it's kind of like how it
Hong
was.
Kong, all that.
Japanese fields.
Like
Those are
it
great.
just straight up Rainbow Six just plow through. I think that's the other reason I got so hooked on indoor. Is it just I keep referencing like the Call of Duty thing. Like I haven't been competitively playing Call of Duty since I don't know Modern Warfare 2, whenever that was. That's forever and a day ago. It seems like. So like getting into that now and like seeing it after playing Milsim for 2 years or so, 3 years, and then going down there and playing that and like, oh, I'm comfortable in this area. Like this is the thing that I do all the times anyway. Like this, I should be so much better at this. And getting down to Jacksonville and playing with those guys, like this is where I'm at. Like I just need somewhere closer that I can play more often.
Tactical Airsoft Arena. That was the place I was thinking. Check some of TSA Bert's video. Instagram at tsa.bert or YouTube at I am Bert.
So, tournaments. Man. It feels like we was just at one in November, but I swear to you, it feels like it's been 3 months.
And it does. We were just there, but like I feel like I haven't seen my team rip, man. It's been like a while since I've seen. I mean, I haven't seen you since the tournament.
Yeah.
Man,
I'm looking forward to playing it. I don't know who else is going to be there.
But a little bit of change of plans.
Yeah.
No longer, sadly, no longer.
Yeah, so well, I don't know. Somebody may not give a shit, but in the comments, if my phone would open so I could see it. But yeah, we will be there this Saturday. We will be in Nashville. We was going to Shot Zone. If any of y'all see my videos or anything, I think I've mentioned that we was going back to Shot Zone. But we have a change of plans. We will be in Nashville. For any of you guys that are in the comments or come across this, yeah, this Saturday, December 4th, PBZ will be competing in the December Nashville Speed QB.
Both
Both A and B, hopefully. It's gonna be fun.
can't pass up a tournament. I'm not mad at that.
No, I don't know who all the teams are that's gonna be there. It could be real small, it could be big. I don't know.
I hope people show up and show out, man. It's always a lot more fun than the outdoors.
Yes, when it's a hell of a
And
fight.
how many teams we think are going to show up to this Shot Zone January? I'm betting like 15 or 16.
Are you talking about January?
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet at least that.
And that would be insane if we could bust out with 16 teams first one.
Well, you guys.
We're bringing 2 squads. I know that.
Okay, yeah, 2 squads for you guys. I'll be with DSK. They're coming up from Florida. LSA from Florida is trying to come up. I don't know if you guys have seen them. They play at SS quite a bit here lately too.
Casey said in the comments they'll be there.
That's what I was kind of wondering what he was referring to. He's talking about Nashville, and it was just kind of delayed because they're a few seconds behind.
Oh yeah, are
Or
y'all
if
coming to
it's-
Nashville or are y'all going to the January tournament?
I won't
think-
be there. I have a march and the Xmas Day parade this Saturday.
I think Rev is planning on playing at Shot Zone, right?
The 15th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe they're playing. Pretty sure of it.
I think Praetorians are gonna be there too,
I think
if
that's
I remember.
what I do. 4LZ.
Alright, Shot Zone. So yeah, PKZ will be playing Shot Zone's tournament 15th.
I think somebody said Saturdays for the boys were gonna come up too, possibly.
I hope so.
but
I'd like to.
Garen,
yeah,
Garen,
Garen.
are y'all coming?
Yeah, he's in the comments, so. I'd like to see them up there.
I'm looking forward to that. That's gonna be wild.
Yeah, it's gonna be neat. I mean, I know Ethan said something about trying to do maybe monthly tournaments and stuff there, but.
And we need to definitely be having the cameras rolling that day. Massive vlog to shout out the field inaugural tournament. It'll be
Yeah,
sick.
VQB rules though, no cameras.
High Hopes is planning on. There's you another team.
Wait, what? Did you say no cameras?
It's European thing. I don't know how if they really enforce it around here, but you can't wear
Oh.
GoPros.
I don't think it was in the U.S. rule set.
Yeah, I say we all been
No.
doing ours. Well, most
I
of us do.
think there's like private events that they've done that at, but I don't
Yeah.
think that's really a thing here. But Europe, you have to use Gorilla FCUs no matter what in some of the
Yeah,
tournaments over there.
A lot of the rules at the Real Strike Arena are super strict, which they've also got a really nice production set up for that. So I
Yeah.
understand why they don't have all the cameras and stuff on individual people.
Well, if they ever went that direction, it'd be beneficial for me because that's usually where I take a shot to the GoPro.
Yeah, man, I get shot
I don't
by
even know
GoPro
it.
so often. That's why I tried to mount mine for a little while. If the mounts didn't break so easily, definitely do that more. Just do it.
I got mine super low now, but it I mean, if it hits my GoPro, it's gonna hit my head anyways.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's weird though if you can get the GoPro on your gun hit, that doesn't count
No, it
as
does.
a gun hit.
It does.
Gun
Still
hits do
count.
count, yeah.
And gun hits count now, at least at Nashville and in the new SpeakyB rule set. Gun hits count, and anytime you get hit in the camera, it doesn't matter. Even if you're playing on a rule set where gun hits do not count, any camera hit is counted as a hit. In most rule sets.
Yeah, that's what I worded that poorly. That's what I meant. I thought that was weird that they wouldn't change it to gun hits counting as well, but I didn't know they changed that. Which is fine by me.
Yeah, I'm
Try
all
not
for letting me have more rage to kill other people. If I'm gonna get hit in the gun, most times I'm dying. But like,
Yeah.
the amount of flashlights that I've shot in Nashville, and people just don't call it because they're not used to gun counting.
Yeah, I didn't know how I felt about the gun hits at first. I mean, I'm cool with it. And I mean, when I see a gun peeking, I'm trying to light that damn thing up now. Before I wasn't about it as much.
Yeah, I feel that.
I mean, it didn't affect me much, but I mean, I have a short rail. I've been using short rails, so it's nothing to tuck behind the cover just a little bit more. But I don't know. Ethan on this last one didn't enforce the 1,000 round limit in November, but if I remember correctly, he made comments about enforcing it in the next time, so which will be Saturday.
Well, the BB thing might have to.
I'm alright with it. I don't see me going through 1,000 rounds now. I mean, I ain't been feathering, I ain't been doing all that. I mean, I've slowed everything down since them rules just kind of, well, don't get me completely lying. Last week I did it for a second, mostly because a guy ran by and full autoed us when there was like no full auto in the building. I was like, all right, bet. But other than that, man, I like the rules.
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess the beauty of not really getting involved until those rules changed kind of helps me out with that. But I mean, I wasn't ever going to change from an M4 platform anyway, so that wouldn't have affected me like it did you with the ARP.
Yeah, it was a bummer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
dude, that was.
I definitely see where it sucks in that aspect, but in all reality, like, the amount of platforms versus M4 platforms versus like all the submachine guns, there's a lot more stuff made for that platform, and just the fact that the magazines hold rounds is pretty hard to compete with.
Yeah. So with allowing the EPM ones, there's no way you can compete with that with anything. But
Yeah.
You got SMG mags are from 120, 75. They're all over the map. You'd never be able to match that.
Which I think the ARP mags now, the classic armies, you're allowed to carry, I believe, 8. Now.
Yeah, you can carry 8.
So it's I can see myself going through that many.
Oh yeah.
Shoot, we used to. I mean, me and Esmond especially would sit on that back line and give a lot of cover.
Yeah, especially before they did away with the feathering rule, and y'all would just go through them.
I'm glad I never got into that habit, I guess. I mean, I do it sometimes just to be messing around, but for the most part, I don't even really come out of semi for anything anyway. So I got 3 of those AAPs and I never fired them in full auto.
Yeah, I don't even have my full auto isn't set on my FCU, and I don't even have a selector switch on my gun at all. So it's not an option. It's just semi only across the board. I used to shoot and burst a lot, but I cut that out.
The only thing that's really affected me, and I know it's affected my dad too, about the no feathering rule is not even the fact that you can't feather, but like the way you have to grip your gun. Like I have a bad habit of just putting my my thumb and my pointer or my ring or middle finger, if I can get it out right, around the grip, and then letting my my ring finger and my pinky finger just kind of flare off and pull the trigger. My index finger, and I can't do that anymore. They're saying you have to have all 3 of your whatever fingers are below your finger that is pulling the trigger have to be wrapped around the grip, whether you do with your middle finger,
Yeah, but
whatever it is.
I mean, I guess it's still subjective to the ref, though. If they see you still gripping it thumb to middle finger, I can't imagine it would be that big of a deal unless it was like some egregious nonsense overshooting somebody.
I kind of did it out of habit last tournament, and they never called me out on it. But they did discuss that in the briefing and said they didn't want to allow that. I guess they were just kind of having some grace because it was the first time it was being used. But kind of annoying.
Yeah, I shoot with my middle finger, so I only get 2 fingers around the grip.
Yeah. That's one on the side, middle shooting, and two on the bottom. I just gotta adjust that grip to the
Braden
ESG.
said, "Get better, Spiff." All right, Braden. Good, bud.
Oh man, I am.
What other events we got coming up? I know we got Nashville this weekend, Shot Zone in January. Oh, Bobby's standing here next to me. He said in April he's going to Iron Horse.
Yeah, I won't be going.
Where is
I
that?
hadn't decided if I'm going to try to go.
I don't know. I'm gonna try to get down to SS for one of those tournaments one day.
Yeah, we need to do that.
That's it. I try to get out and around since no matter what I gotta do, I gotta travel anyway. And with my schedule being third shift and it's weekends, so I'm working Friday through Monday. Like it doesn't matter what I do, it's gonna be a pain to play airsoft. So I might as well just make it worth it. Like go
Right.
SS. I definitely want to hit South Cal, North Cal at some point, all that kind of stuff. But right here, it's shot zone won't be so bad because it's straight up 69 from here. I can do it in like an hour and 45 minutes. But like going out to HGK, that's a drive from here and the country roads and stuff, and then playing all day outside and then driving home. Like, I don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah.
Rex asked, "Is Snake viable in Shot Zone?" I would imagine so. Looking at the layout, I think there's like 2 snakes almost, right, Steve?
Yeah. Hell, I even played Snake a lot when I was there. And I'm not even a Snake player. It is awesome. Snake is a good spot out there.
Christian said, "Did I hear correctly? PBZ in the house this weekend. If you're referring to Nashville, then you are correct. The AMB or the December 4th."
SS is a place I still want to go to, and I've heard it's such a super small field. From what videos I've watched as well, it looks super small. Um, I like
to try out SS. I'd like to go to GE too, man. They were talking about you talking about Garen was telling us about GE and all the SAFB guys. That field looks sweet, man.
Where is that exactly? I've heard a bunch of people talk about it, but I've never.
I think it's in a mall in the Atlanta area. Somebody else can kind of fill in. I'll know if you're. It's, as far as I know, it's near Atlanta and it's in a mall. I can try to look it up, find out more information.
I have to go check that out too. I always wanted to go to that mall in, was it Wisconsin or Minnesota? And then I guess that wasn't like legally happening the whole time or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. It's in the Sugarloaf Mills Mall in Lawrenceville, Georgia.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. It's kind of small compared to most.
It is on the northeast side of Atlanta.
I'm excited now. Some competition for Lethal Airsoft. Well, look, if we come on the bracket with you, Christian, we'll play y'all. We'll play whoever we come up against.
Yeah, Max, you said no shorts. If you do wear shorts, anytime you're going to be playing on turf, I would definitely make sure you're covering up because you do not want turf burn.
Yeah, I see.
No, sir.
Yeah, I see. Rivers said it's excuse me, is sliding possible or is rug burn going to be the pain? Be a pain. I knee pads, bro. They'll be your best friend.
Yep.
I
I got mine come in yesterday just for it.
Good thick pair of joggers or even pants. That's what I did. Is I got some like $85 Falcon paintball pants, and I started wearing my knee pads underneath them, and just even on the concrete they don't slide too bad. So I imagine on turf they'll slide even better.
Yeah, no, turf burn is not fun. I had a couple people say something about wanting to wear cleats, and I'm like, we're not that level of turf. I don't think we're there. I know Kenny and Ethan have said they don't allow cleats, and so like, y'all break your ankles trying to do that. Don't go that far.
Um, I meant to ask you, Steve, playing up there at Shot Zone with all the BBs and stuff. How did they go about cleaning those BBs out, and how bad was it, when to slide around on those and try to step on turf with BBs laying in it?
Oh man, we didn't have no issue stepping on them, and they use leaf blowers just like Nashville does, and had to put a little
Yeah.
bit more umph to it, and it took a little longer, but I mean,
Yeah.
but I mean, it looked pretty and green at first, but I mean, you ask Kenny and Ethan, it looked like snow on the ground time we was done. It's a badass place, man.
I'm amped to get into those inflatables. I'm kind of curious as to how it's gonna go with how big that. I mean, you guys would have a better scale than I would, but it seems enormous compared to most other indoor spots as far
But
as that goes.
was it pretty comparable to the HTK arena size, or how was that?
It's slightly smaller,
A
slightly,
little smaller.
slightly.
Okay.
I know it was 75 by 120 or something. Total plane.
Woo. Yeah, hell, I don't remember the exact size of
Just,
it.
I think they've got it on their Instagram.
just
Anyway.
perspective with how big the place is, the lofted ceiling and everything. It looks enormous. I can't wait to see how much, because just from like watching y'all's podcast with Kenny, going over the layout and all that, like trying to piece together how to move in this place, and like it's gonna be a fight. Like no matter what you do, it is gonna be a fight.
Yeah, it's one of those you gotta run to a cover right off the rip. There's no, so it resembles HTK in that matter. Like there's not much breakout shooting. You better just get to cover and then pick your fight from there. Um, so like Nashville, we have a home and usually two Doritos right to the sides, and then somewhere you can slide up to X or Snake, and no, not so much of that. You gotta run a little bit further. But I mean, you can really hug these things and stay
Yeah,
up
man,
on
that's
the
what I was
close.
about to say. Is I'm so excited to play on an inflatable for the first time because I imagine you
Yeah.
can hug up and maneuver those more
Oh
than you
yeah.
can anything else. I'm just
And
excited.
the ability to push in with your barrel just to get that little extra to
Oh, yeah.
peak, and like, oh man,
I
I'm
did
stoked
notice
about that.
on their rules that they have like a no jumping over the obstacles thing. Is that true with Snake too? Can you not like jump over the snake? I feel like you could just kind of step over that.
Oh shoot, I don't know. If it was a rule, I totally broke that. Cause
I saw it on their post on Instagram. I figured they would go with that in the briefing. Like,
yeah, I mean it was.
I could understand not jumping over the other inflatables, but like Snake is maybe what a foot and a half tall. Like
Yeah, it's.
you can't cleanly step over the snake.
Yeah, you can step over it very cleanly, and it's nothing. Um, the one on the right side, and when I say that, is if you're from the gate and you're looking down at the far end. Right there on your right, it's a little bit smaller. It's kind of a snake, but it's kind of not in some ways. That one you can step over, no problem. It's
I feel like the snake at that field would reward playing with a pistol a lot more than any other. Would I be correct in that? Braden can probably comment on that. Braden just said you can jump over every obstacle you want. Yeah, well, I mean, I would have thought that, but on their giant rules banner that they have,
well, that as well. I mean, he's got the flag hanging, but flag's not a spot where you could, get up to like X and then bunker right there.
That's what I'm curious about too. If
one
it's
of
hanging
those.
there, how to get to that square like that.
Yeah, with there. It's more of eliminate the target and then go for the flag. That's kind of the better way to go about it.
what do you know? Look what Great.
What in the world? I don't think I've ever seen you on here.
Welcome to your first appearance on the PVZ podcast.
What's up? No, I mean, a pistol's alright in Snake, though. Most of the time you're not really fighting with Snake because of the can they have in the middle.
I got you.
So, whenever you're actually in Snake, you're more fighting at the back lines, trying to hold them off, and then if somebody gets the Snake out, then you can move up, and it'd probably be good. But for the majority, it's probably not a good idea.
The Snake is it's a killer.
That Snake is deadly, though.
Yeah, it really is.
I definitely want to get my high capper running and get some green gas mags and try that out to see how well you exploit it.
That Snake is deadly because you can actually like move around. You're not just peeking the same angle over and over again.
Right.
I didn't really like the other Snake to look across the field. I didn't find much use for it while we were there. It's horrifying.
What'd you think about the turf overall for sliding and stuff, Braden?
It really hurts at first. really, really hurts because it's like, I'd say it's only like a 1-inch thick layer of turf.
And
So-
concrete.
Yeah, it's like
Ooh.
solid rock concrete underneath it. But whenever you get used to it, it's really not too bad. Just the first ones are they're gonna hurt.
I imagine it's gonna hurt worse as more BBs. They're not gonna freely roll off the concrete into some other areas like they do in Nashville. They're just gonna get in the turf and sit, and it's gonna be like rolling on marbles.
No, but you gotta think turf already has the like black mulch stuff in it.
Well, right.
So, and if they keep it clean, I think it'd be really good. Just leaf blow 'em off to the side.
I didn't know how well leaf blowing would work.
I didn't think it would work at all.
I thought that too at first. But
I
Did it
was
work, though?
thinking
Did they do
they
it?
said it did. We didn't see it,
Fair enough.
but they said that it worked really well when they did it. I thought it was a horrible idea. I thought they were gonna go in like a shop room and just get in there. But I mean, they said leaf blowers work, so I mean, it's their facility. I don't care how they do it as long as it's clean. I don't care if somebody went out there and picked them up hand by hand.
They're only shooting 2.5s in the air. I imagine they're light enough they'll come out. But yeah, I wouldn't want to. They're like stepping on Legos with your knees. Like, to hell with that.
That's the real reason Ethan wanted us to buy store-bought BBs. He was just going out there and hand picking them up and recycling them.
That's what it was. Yeah, he could come back in and put them in
We
different
caught on
bags.
your scam, Ethan.
We got you. It wasn't because of insurance purposes.
The old BB farm.
He's got a bunch of like paintball hoppers underneath it that all feed it into one big one. He just goes down there with bags and scoop it up.
It's like them automatic cat boxes. It just kind of scrapes the field, knocks them all at one side, and it goes.
Yeah, I think they should just put some Roombas out there.
Yeah. Just let them
Could you
go.
imagine if they developed a room to clean up BBs?
It's gotta exist. I bet Nash could use Roombas.
Dude, I bet there's got to be some Asia somewhere that's already got that technology. They're miles ahead of us in the airsoft game.
They're miles ahead of us in like most
Everything,
tech-related stuff. Yeah. Most tech-related stuff, we're at like a 3. Asia's at like an 8. It's crazy how much tech stuff they have.
I want to give a shout out to all the loyal viewers. I know this may not seem like a lot, but having 12 consistent, if we're growing. Without you guys, we would be nothing. So we really appreciate it.
that's facts.
All
Really
little-
excited on the group for
Maybe.
real. I know some of these guys ain't in it, being they don't do the Facebook thing like us old folks apparently.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
what
old.
is that? Like,
Braden calls me.
I don't
old all the
understand how
time
that
for every
that
damn
became
thing.
our boomer thing. What the hell?
Facebook is 100% a boomer thing.
What?
I'm not a.
But I didn't
boomer.
even-
I'm actually
Facebook
one of
is
the. I'm one of the early low key better millennials, and I don't even like saying I'm a millennial, but I am one of the OG millennials.
No, you're old.
Facebook is a boomer thing, and for people who want to post stuff for people they know from back home.
That's facts.
Like,
Mason's
post
just trying to
videos
defend
on my
himself.
Instagram and Facebook. No, no.
I haven't posted anything on Facebook in like 10 years, maybe.
Yeah, I know. Your timeline is nothing but happy birthdays from people from your hometown.
That you don't even
And
respond to.
random shit I tag you in that's airsoft related.
Dude, I haven't. I didn't even have Facebook until I met these guys, and they're like, "Get Facebook," and I was like, "I'll get Messenger." That's all you get out of me.
A friend of mine started me one way back when MySpace was still a thing, when Facebook first came around, and I've just held on to it because it's, you know, family members and all that crap. And like now it's just kind of, it's where I get to shit post and just stir up. Just stir the pot whenever I feel like it. Just
Dude,
pick a
that's
random
so
post
mean.
somewhere. Just man, like.
That's the same
Right.
as me.
Matter of fact, I
I
think
was
me
about
and
to
you
say-
both posted on the same one about some religious post that like it was this crazy. It read to me as one of those weird, the Russian like meme farm like the Christian fucking meme farm things that they do. Like 9 out of every 20 Christian groups on Facebook are run by these crazy farms in Russia or some nonsense, supposedly. That it reads super weird, and I said something like on this little rant of, just because I didn't care, just a rant about like each little topic that they had posted about, and then turn the notifications off so I don't have to respond to any
You
comments
can
to what I
come in, drop the
said.
mic, and leave. I see.
Steve is king meme poster. Anybody who's friends with Steve on Facebook, I swear that man posts more memes than iFunny.
I think Steve has sent more gifts in one day than I've seen in my whole life.
That's possible.
Dude.
Like, if you're talking to Steve, you're at least gonna get 2 or 3 before the conversation's over.
Mhm. I don't
Like,
know what
for
I was
all
doing
of
in
you
my
who
life before
follow-
this.
For those of you that follow Steve on Instagram, if you're like, man, I'm really sad because Steve hasn't posted anything in a while, just go find him on Facebook and you'll never wish that again.
That's fast.
Or just message him. He's probably got him like locked up in a vault.
My Instagram is purely airsoft. That's it. I don't share nothing family. I don't share nothing.
Yeah.
I keep all my family personal stuff off Instagram.
On
I don't even
Facebook.
share like some little things I will on Facebook. Majority of the time, it's something. Yeah, it's just a meme war. Like that's all we do here. We share memes. But I've had it for like 10 years, man. I got so many people that I would forget about. But it's kind of cool, man. When you sit back and watch people, like people I went to high school with and stuff, like, you know, see the pictures of them and family and those that aren't here anymore and yada yada yada, you know. It's just kind of. But MySpace was totally cooler. It really was.
Yeah, Steve, I'm not that old, so I don't have to deal with that yet.
I'm just gonna tell you this straight up.
Uh,
I don't see us regressing back to MySpace, but I can definitely see you Snapchat. For those that don't know, we had to get Steve a Snapchat because he tried to help with PKZ, and none of them had a form of communication.
I still don't use it. Like, I get notifications all the
But
time.
you
like,
got a phone. What do you mean you don't have any other way to communicate?
I
If you're
don't.
on
Hey,
oh
using,
my
using
god!
a phone number is boomer stuff. PKZ.
Yeah.
God, come on. You gotta have a phone number to download Snapchat. The hell are you talking about?
This is true.
I'm with
Argue
you,
with
bro.
your
I
12-year-old.
still don't have a Snapchat. I'm out. I don't even care.
Did I ask Steve if he's seen my Snapchat? And he's like, no, I ain't seen your Snapchat. I'm like, man, answer me, bro.
I don't mess with Snapchat, man. It's too much going on. Y'all was lucky to get me on Discord. Because I remember
Yeah.
hearing it. We was at Nashville, and somebody asked Bobby or something. He said, man, you got a Discord? And I'm over in the background kind of nodding, you know. I think Danny was with me, and both me and Danny was just like, what the fuck is Discord? You know, just like,
2 old men. Just in the
yeah.
back, creeping. Like, what the hell?
Man, I'm telling you, trying to teach Steve Discord and like how to give people roles and how to join a server, that was like the most stressful 5 minutes of my life.
No doubt.
Steve was like, "What button do I click? What the hell's going?" Like Steve had no.
But
No
man,
idea
it's
what was
just
going
like
on.
so many things. Like you open up servers, and inside of servers you get these channels, and then inside of channels you get this. I'm just like, bruh, this is a pyramid scheme.
organization.
Like, this is bullshit. This is too much.
Hey,
What a boom!
I'll just let y'all know. Just this little conversation right here is more than I even knew about fucking Discord.
Yeah, I have to ask people just like, hey man, you got a Discord? Like usually when I reach out to somebody.
Yeah, now Steve has to teach them how to use Discord.
Yeah,
I can't
that's-
imagine what that's like.
Yeah, and I'm just like, hey man, just come in here, this thing, I'll do the rest. Just get you in here, just this one spot. Hey, but
Just click this button. And...
Hey, Kate didn't even know nothing about Discord though. When we had Jason on here, Kate didn't
Listen.
know nothing about it.
The only people that know about Discord are those that play video games
Yeah,
or
Yeah.
like computers. And that's pretty much
Yeah.
it.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Except, Discord started working for schools and stuff whenever COVID was around. That
Yeah.
that like, reached out to some schools instead of using Zoom.
And if you're a real OG, you use TeamSpeak.
TeamSpeak.
Oh, TeamSpeak, man, I use that forever.
That's a flashback.
Oh,
Max,
Max,
what is-
Max,
what is
what
MySpace?
is that? Oh my god.
Max.
MySpace,
Don't
was
worry about it.
Just
We'll
go
explain it
research
one day.
MySpace.
pushing
Yeah.
20
Yeah,
years
I-
at least.
Next time
probably.
I see you, I want a 3-page paper, front and back, about what MySpace is.
No
Sources
double
cited. Yeah, sources cited.
Single
Header
space,
and a footer.
Times New Roman, 11 size font.
Max, let me
dude.
say it like this: the coolest thing about MySpace is on your profile. Like when somebody clicked it, you could have music, you could customize it, all kinds of stuff. Just music.
But didn't
start
like
playing.
95% of people have "Kiss Me Through the Phone" as their song? Like, let's
Yo, that
be
song
honest
was
here.
great. Don't even hate on Kiss
Shut
Me
up,
Through
you
the
like
Phone. That song was
Fergalicious,
great.
all right?
No, I like Glamorous by Fergie, alright?
What
Come
about?
on now.
Do
Alright,
y'all
that's-
remember?
Get off me.
Y'all remember when ringbacks were popular?
Oh my god.
What?
they're-
A ringback.
What?
When you
How
called-
old are you?
when you called somebody, it would play a certain song.
Oh, I
You mean,
I had
It
no
didn't
idea
ring.
that
It was
Oh.
music. It was a ringback. You could get.
Bro, you mean a ringtone?
No, a
No,
ringback. No, not a ring.
instead of
Alright,
ringing
well-
for them,
No,
Well,
it was a song.
yeah.
Bro,
instead
y'all
of
was just
hearing the
listening to
actual-
elevator music.
Instead of actually, hearing a ring of a phone when you called somebody, you would hear a certain song play until they picked up.
I was
What,
listening to
was
that.
this like after you couldn't reach them on their pager or something? Like,
No, it was just like calling just a
No,
random person. Like if you called me,
They
and
sent the piano papers. They sent that back by carrier pigeon.
Come.
Steve definitely had a beeper, dude.
dude, I never had a beeper, but I did have
Steve.
an old Nokia phone that played Snake on it.
Don't
No,
tell me
you
just
definitely had a
Nokia.
carrier
Nokia.
pigeon.
I didn't have a beeper. My broke ass didn't have no beeper. Believe that.
No.
But I did
No.
at one point. I did get the Razer Motorola phone.
Oh, everybody had one
Yeah.
of those. That was the gateway drug into technology.
Yes, it was. That phone right
Nah,
there.
the
Was,
Sidekick was that was the
Sidekick was
that
cool.
was a game changer. Was a Sidekick.
Sidekicks were cool. Man, I wouldn't even want to touch with them phones now. Like,
Max just saying.
Hell
You
no.
ever heard "Sing Me Through" or "Kiss Me Through the Phone" before?
Yo, hold up. You've never heard "Kiss Me Through the Phone"?
No, do yourself a favor. Go look that up right
That song is like 9 out of 10. It's not better. It's not as good as "Glamorous" by Fergie.
see,
What's up
Rufus
there?
not. Rex knows. He said you can still use songs.
now. Dude, I saw a Twitter post the
I
other
think
day
he's talking
that
about
said,
ringtones, like whenever
said
your
the-
phone rings.
Well, everyone has ringtones. Like,
Yeah, I think he's talking about that.
I saw it was like a shit post. Probably, I assume. I hope it wasn't a real Twitter post. It was like,
dude,
what if
now
we made our profiles where we had where we could have music and info on the things that we liked on them, and somebody was like, MySpace is finally coming full circle.
Straight Art
Wasn't
Airsoft
around
said,
for
"You remember
MySpace.
the Boxer MTV jams?" Yes, I do. 100%.
Man, y'all are old.
Yeah.
I
All right,
remember
we're just turning
MTV
into a
Beavis,
boomer episode.
Beavis
Yeah.
and Butthead would come on.
Straight nose. All.
Can somebody change
Music
the?
used, everything used to be better back in the day like that.
Yes.
Can we change the stream name to "Boomers Talk About Their Past"?
Yeah, for
I'm
real.
not a boomer.
We're approaching up on 8:03. I think we're about to have to cut the airsoft content. We can just go to PBZ after hours for the
Everybody, go get your oatmeal.
Yeah,
Come on now.
somebody go get your once a day Men Plus Care, your Centrum Silver, and
Go get your vitamins, Grandpa.
Rex is a real one. He said Snake is a good game. See, he knows.
Snake is old. I can make Snake in like an hour.
Steve, did you take your fish oil this morning?
I'm not that damn old.
You even got a year on me. You got fuck.
I'm in my prime. Like, y'all are still developing lungs and brains over here. Y'all are the boomers.
My body quit developing a lung about 3 years ago.
Greg, Steve doesn't know what a ringtone is. You gotta bring it down for him.
I know what a
Steve
ring.
really knows what a phone number is, dude. Calm down.
I love picking on Steve.
I do too. The video you posted on your story unplugging his airline had me rolling, dude. I
Oh
saw
my
Steve,
God.
hold up.
Because I
Hold
didn't
on, let me
even know
send
what
it
he was
to you.
doing, man. Like, I just see him creep over there, but I really wasn't paying much attention. I was just sitting there trying to shoot this dude, and I shot like
Steve's over
20
here,
times.
full focus,
I'm not-
painted face mask, dreads on, looking like a badass, and Braden's like,
Click.
"Click you." Unplugs his
I'll put it into clips of the week. Let me find it.
I was like, you
Might be a
dick.
while. There it is. Alright, it's sending the clips
See,
of the week.
straight airsoft knows. Beavis and Butthead, you can't play that now. Everybody's too offended to have Beavis and Butthead.
Bro. I'm surprised that he still gets any play on, well, I don't know since Paramount bought him, but Comedy Central would still play the movie every once in a while. It's like, that's insane. I can't believe they still do that shit.
Rex said, "I'm an Avicii, Linkin Park, and Juice World type of guy." I'm gonna be honest; those are the three most off the wall, completely unrelated artists I think anybody could have ever
Like,
said.
Dude, that's like going out
Oh
getting
man, I had
sand,
something
dirt,
super
and
bad.
snow.
Never mind.
Y'all gotta give us something to talk about. I'm tired of talking about this boomer talk.
Yeah. Steve, pull up the clip of the week so we can watch you get your line unplugged.
Y'all be careful if you keep talking about boomer shit. I'll get Pops in here. He's in the living room.
Hey, Pops will put y'all to shame. I don't think Steve knows how to work Discord.
I'm on it. Yeah, I'm on it. People,
We're just sitting here waiting on him.
everybody can see it. Oh, I can't. I have no idea how to pull it in there, but other people can see it. I'm watching it now. Total dick move. Such a dick move.
That's what you get.
Fuck,
Gotta
dude,
love it.
you know, I'm gonna shoot you next time. Like, I'm just gonna randomly shoot you.
What a fun time. I love our team. Our team's so good to each other.
Man, I tried to do it to him like 2 minutes before that, but he took off running and I couldn't keep up. I didn't know where he was going. There's a bunch of mud puddles and shit out there. I got
Dude, I
lost.
was- This dude, man, like, he was irritating me, man. Back there at Back of Bank, I'm shooting him at Burger. Man, I about put a half a mag in this guy, and he's just going about his way. Like, he didn't understand the concept of airsoft by any means.
Let's talk about SEMO at all. We talk about our adventure there.
Simo was
Yeah, tell me about the Pirates going back to SEMO. I need
We found a new type of trigger.
a
Turbo.
trigger.
No, we got another one now. It's called bump trigger.
Yeah, the
I don't know
bump
what that
trigger,
is, but I
turbo
want it.
Trigger.
I think they
I'm
still
telling you.
had like AR-15 bump stocks.
want to talk about some boomer airsoft. That's SEMO right there. That's boomer soft.
Yeah, that's like early 2000s airsoft.
Yeah. It kind of looked like you just broke into a abandoned place. It was like a little sketchy.
There's a bunch of guys and like they were having a barbecue. They're like, you guys want to go play some airsoft? They're like, I mean, this is abandoned building
Yeah,
down the
they were
road.
like, hey, we know this place.
If somebody ever says I know a place, don't ever go to that place.
One of them
No,
brings out his
hell,
old pair of
one
Oakley
of two things is gonna
sunglasses.
happen. You get your ass beat, or something real scary is gonna happen.
Or you're going to jail. You're either gonna get your ass beat, get haunted, or go to jail. That's it. That's your only choices.
I can just imagine like some of those guys at SEMO. They just like they're sitting at home. They're like, I'm gonna go play some airsoft. They pull out one of those clear and camo Desert Eagle Springers and a pair of Oakley sunglasses and just walk on down the street. They're like, yeah, let's do this thing. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. The first time we went to SEMO, it looked like everybody there was gonna shit a brick. 15 of us
Yeah.
rolled up, all with dye masks, and they're all sitting over there with goggles and maybe a mesh mask if they're lucky. And it was just like,
I think we had more people in our one group than they did at the end of the day.
Oh man, that was
Yeah.
that was not good.
That was a bloodbath.
It was like watching the Terminators come out of the portal, man. You're like, what the hell?
This shit's not fair, man. Yeah, it's fun though. I mean, I like the field.
Wonder
There's
if
that
they actually
one.
had a decent turnout
It's so how is it just like one building or is it
Yeah,
there.
grounds and everything?
they have
got
like 5
4
fields, I
fields
think.
or 5. Yeah,
4 or 5, something like that. They own 2 speedball fields too.
they've got a speedball field, like some
2 of them.
ridiculous amount of outdoor acreage that has some buildings on it, access to use it. And I don't know how often they play at the abandoned school, but
I don't know.
they
Like
have
4
like some
times a
kind of
year, probably.
rotation on their calendar on their website, but I don't know. They're definitely a few years behind all the technology that's everywhere else in their software. Seems like that.
Yeah.
That one clip of
2015.
Steve, there's a like caution tape, and he just kind of walked through it, and you can see him kind of look as he breaks it. I was like,
Yeah.
that seems a little funny.
I think the building was like fallen in there, but there's
Yeah,
people going through there all day.
I don't know what that's all
I
about.
think it's so
will say
people
that
don't pee in the toilets, honestly.
the first time I went to SEMO, I tried to yeet out the back window. Anybody who's
Mason
there,
about killed himself.
so apparently the
Oh.
back window has no glass in it, and there is a part of the basement that overhangs directly underneath the
Like
window.
you know,
Basement is
like
flooded.
really old houses where like the basement stairs would be outside, and they'd have like the concrete up around it and everything, and it'd lead to a door.
Yeah, it was that.
Oh
But it's
no!
Their whole basement is full of water, right? So there's a staircase in the building, and at the top of the stairs is water, so you can't walk down it. Well, my dumbass tried to jump out of the window into the like wooded
Woods.
lot behind the school. I got about halfway up through vaulting through the window, and I looked down and saw nothing but water, and I was like, "Uh-oh."
Yeah.
I went for a swim.
Oh man!
You also don't want to like ever put any part of your body except for the bottom of your shoes down when you're at the schoolhouse because you're likely to get a nail through the knee or some shit.
Oh yeah! Oh,
I put my knee down in the building, and I about literally came out with a whole bottle of glass just shoved into my knee.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, it's definitely a dangerous place.
At the end of the day,
But,
scan your surroundings before going hard.
yeah.
That's fact.
I learned that the hard way at Nashville and had a fucking bar through my hand.
Yeah, you could have played.
Fuck you. Steph,
Rub some dirt in it. Wrap some
They,
athletic tape around it.
yeah, dude, it was bad. They had moved the obstacles, and Nashville's an old warehouse, so like, there was a piece of rebar sticking around the floor, and I took off sliding on the first breakout of the day and managed to run that rebar between my pinky and ring, cut it open.
Oh!
Yeah, like
Steve would have kept playing.
I went full force sliding across the ground and pretty much scorpioned over my hand. It was feel good.
Honestly, it was kind of comical watching it happen because he like didn't say anything. he just laid there.
Yeah, I
we
kind
were
of
like,
just
"Is he
laid there.
fine?"
My gun came apart, and I was like, my hand really hurts, and I had a glove on, and it didn't rip my glove. I was like, man, my hand really hurts, and then I was like, oh shit, my gun's in pieces, and then I got shot, and I was like, I'm hit, and then I just kind of stood there. I was like, what the fuck? And I pulled my glove off. There was just
He
blood
just like
running down my
laid
hand.
on his knees,
Right.
didn't say a word, just laid there, holding his hand. We were like, "You good?" He's like, I think." Next thing you know, there's like a 2-inch cut between his fingers.
Gee.
What a fun time. Y'all still came out of the dub in that.
We did. That was the tournament we won. Best coach in North America. Sorry, Joey. I didn't mean that.
I deserve an award.
I'm sorry, Joey.
See if Joey can come with us this weekend.
Dude, I want to bring Joey. Love Joey.
Well, believe this episode of Boomer Soft, the PBZ podcast.
Alright, look. Remember that shit next time I'm down there.
Old man.
Thank you for attending. Those loyal 10 viewers that we have right now at the moment. I gave y'all a shout out. We lost 2 of you, so I don't know what that about.
I got lost in
about.
translation.
Anyways, thank you for tuning in for the December 2nd episode of the PBZ podcast with our special guest Cody / Prudy. Definitely gonna have to have you back sometime.
Oh, yeah.
Been awesome. We'll catch y'all on the